Hey, what's going on? It is yours truly, Tazz Daddy, and I wanted to take a quick minute and talk to you guys for a second about enemies. A lot of times, people misinterpret things or tend to get things messed up when it comes to life in general. If someone new comes around, you think, oh, this person is out to get me, or this thing is happening, that thing is happening. Any way you slice it, change is just a natural part of life. People are going to come in and come out. People are going to do what they have to do. And the main thing you need to do is stay focused and focus on you. So many times we get caught up because of our bitterness and our baggage that we don't know the difference between what is truly against us and what is truly for us. And so what happens is we begin to alienate everybody. And I've said this a million and one times. It was one of the hardest lessons I ever had to learn, and that's no man or woman, I'm equal opportunity, uh, is an island unto themselves. We all need people. We all need help. We all go through our ups and our downs, and it is better to make sure that the people we surround ourselves with are quality people. What you don't want to do is create a situation where there is no situation. You don't want to bring in negativity or nonsense or BS where it's totally unnecessary. Um, so often I see people wind up on the bad side of the gutter simply because they were worried about the wrong thing. You know, what makes a magician very good is a trick called misdirection. And what happens is a good magician, especially a sleight of hand magician, will take an object, whatever it is, and they will make you focus on this hand over here, while this hand is way off screen somewhere doing the real work. And so while you're so focused on this hand is doing. And it's so funny. Even the Bible talks about it. You know, never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. Google it. Um, I believe that a lot of times you can't control, and I've said this to you before, you can't control how other people view you. You can't control how other people feel about you. All you can control is how you react to it and yourself. And sometimes you have got to address your past. And what I find interesting about black people specifically is that they never want to seek any psychiatric help. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just need to talk to your problems with a professional who went to school and has a few degrees on the wall in order to assess your situation from an independent mindset. Because some of us can't see past our own failures to realize the opportunities that are in front of us. And it's kind of funny. Sometimes I remember as a kid, I had an algebra teacher. Miss Wallace was her name, and she told me straight up. She said, "David, uh, I get paid the same amount of money whether you pass or you fail. You know, so you gonna do this work one way or the other." And luckily for me, she worked with me, and I got a B plus in algebra after opting to do a paper called "I'm an Entertainer. Algebra has no place in my real life." True story. Martin Luther King High School, ninth grade. I did a paper about how algebra was not going to affect me as an entertainer. But the thing that was interesting about my algebra experience is that I was having issues because my brain wasn't processing things like normal people's brains are supposed to process the equations. And so I got confused, and I would have the answers right, but I'd leave off a little careless mistake. And once they found that out, they taught me how to address it. So I salute you, Miss Wallace. I'll never forget you for that. The point of it is, I thought Miss Wallace was shitting on me every time she got, and I just got so fed up and so frustrated. And then I remember telling this to my uncle Jimmy, and he told me the following story. He said a little bird was flying south for the winter. It was so cold that the bird had frozen and fallen into the ground into a large field. While it was lying there, a cow came by and dropped some dung on him. Now, as the frozen bird lay there in the pile of cow dung, he began to realize how warm he was, and the dung was actually thawing him out. So he was laying there all warm and happy and began to sing for joy. Uh, a passing cat heard the bird singing and came to investigate. Following the sound, the cat discovered the bird under the pile of cow dung, promptly dug him out, and ate him. There are three morals to the story. Number one, not everyone who shits on you is your enemy. Number two, not everyone who gets you out of shit is your friend. And number three, when you're deep in shit, sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut. So I say all that to say, focus on you, figure out what it is, and don't run your mouth. Put your nose to the grindstone and keep it pushing because you can't control anything around you. And you'll always find that the people who are the most successful in life are the people who are out working and making it happen. And I'm thankful for the people who make what I do happen on a regular basis. I love you. I support you. And please comment, pass the video along if you got something out of it, and I will talk to y'all after Thanksgiving. Doses!